Hey everybody, welcome to Around the Water Bowl with Chasing Tails Dog Training. I am Rebecca and I am excited to see you guys. April is Mental Health Awareness Month. And this is something that we tend to think of a lot more for humans, but dogs' mental health is important as well. For those of you that struggle with mental health, I'm right in there with you. And if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Even if it's just to sit in silence, I'm okay with that. So with mental health comes how do we help a dog in their mental health? Hint, it's not by just tiring them out. We're going to be talking enrichment in this episode. We've all heard the saying, a tired dog is a good dog, which is not entirely untrue, but we also need to remember that a tired dog does not always mean just a fulfilled dog. Tired is tired, but fulfilled is what we're looking for. A dog that is fulfilled, satisfied, that's gonna be a happy dog. What is enrichment? It's not just about puzzle toys, it's not just physical exercise. It's really about meeting the natural needs of our dogs. So when we're looking at enrichment, this is things that are going to support their emotional regulation, their confidence, allowing them time for decompression, and giving them the feeling of choice and control of their own lives. Think of it as autonomy. Enrichment is really just a way to help a dog process the world. A lot of times when I hear people talking about enrichment, I hear people saying that, well, I just need to do more, or it has to be fancy. I have to go and buy all those fancy puzzle toys. Or, well, if they're tired, it worked. That's not entirely true. Too much stimulation can actually cause a dog more stress. Simple is far better than something complicated. We as humans like to complicate things. I am guilty of this myself. When we look at enrichment, a calm enrichment is far more effective than something that's overstimulating. Overstimulated and enriched are not the same thing. So what are some of the types of enrichment that we can do? We can look at sniffing, going on walks with absolutely no agenda. We can look at scatter feeding or the go find game. We want to look at problem solving. This is where those puzzle toys come in, like food puzzles or coming up with a bunch of DIY puzzle games. Choice-based activities. This is allowing a dog to choose where they want to rest or choosing when they want to engage. And a big one is just calm companionship. Just being together without even any interaction. Sniffing is a phenomenal emotional regulation for dogs. Think about it. What calms you? What helps you reset your nervous system? For me, it's being by myself or maybe just me and my dog, usually going out for a hike and just enjoying maybe a hike at our own pace. We can take as many breaks as we want to. We can run up a hill. I'm probably not going to do that, but he might. That's up to him. We want to make sure that we're fulfilling our dog. My personal favorite way is what I call a sniffari. I love sniffaris. And what this is a dog-led walk. The goal is allowing them to sniff. We are not looking at distance or getting our steps in. This isn't about fitness. This is about emotional regulation for the dog. We're not going to worry about our pace. We're not going to worry how many steps we've got in or how many miles we went. This isn't an exercise walk. It is just a decompression walk. So, how do we do a sniffari? First off, we're going to be looking for just a loose leash. We don't want a bunch of pulling and tugging and dragging you everywhere because that's not calm. So we're going to look for a loose leash and we're going to let the dog decide where are they going to sniff. How long are they going to sniff? Just let them follow their nose, obviously within safety. We don't want them going and sniffing out in the middle of traffic. That's probably not a good choice. But we need to remember that the dog is in charge of this walk. The reason why these sniffaris are so important, why letting a dog sniff is important, is this helps lower their heart rate. It helps them process stress. It helps support emotional regulation, mental health. And that's how dogs gather information, is through scent. Sniffing is 100% how a dog makes sense of the world. So while we're doing the sniffari, we want to remember that calm is good. Calm is the goal. This walk should feel slower, quieter, and more relaxed. We are not out there to try and hype them up and get them to go be doofuses. And if they come home calmer, we know it worked. So while you're out there doing a sniffari, watch your dog. Don't sit there and dink around on your phone the whole time. I know it's tempting. They want to check their P-mail, you want to check your email. I get it. But watch your dog. See what they're doing. Watch, especially if your dog has been tense, watch them start to relax into that loose, wiggly body. You're going to start seeing softer movements from them. They're likely going to settle a little bit easier. And their focus throughout the rest of the day is going to be much better. It is really hard to focus on anything when your anxiety and stress is up here. So we're just working on bringing it down a little bit. It's almost like a little spa day for the doggies. If you're out doing your sniffari, this is not an everyday thing because we really want to look at changing up our enrichment. So some signs that it might not be a good day for it, or it's just too much for the day, or it's just not working, is if your dog starts pulling, especially if it's like frantic pulling, or like, we gotta go here, we gotta go there, we gotta go over here. That's not calm. If they're so focused on a smell that if you need to move for any reason, when they are not able to disengage, that can be problematic. Or if you bring them home and they just can't settle, this might not be this emotional regulation for them. Enrichment should help dogs be able to calm down, not wind them up more. Some of the mistakes that I see when offering a sniffari walk is that they're rushed. Come on, I only have 10 minutes. Are you seriously going to spend the whole time sniffing this one bush? That's not relaxing. They're going to feel that tension and that stress from you going, oh my God. They're going to feel that stress down the leash. You want to do it when you do have time. If you're constantly redirecting them, if you're like, oh my God, you sniffed this bush for forever, let's move on to the next one. Okay, come on, let's move on to the next one. Constantly redirecting them is not going to help them focus on that scent and figure out how that scent makes sense in their world. If you start turning it into a training time, while I am all for training your dog at every possible moment, this is not the time to train. This is a time to let your dog decompress. But the other really big part is expecting perfect leash manners. This is not about leash manners at all. Your dog might pull because he's really excited to get to the next spot. Or he might have the leash a little bit more taut than what you would like, because this smell where we're like verging on the edge of safety, he really wants to check out that smell, but safety, you're going to make sure he doesn't go beyond that. Don't expect anything when it comes to our leash skills and a sniffari walk. This whole sniffari walk is not about obedience. This is about emotional health and mental health. So how do we know if enrichment is too much? You're gonna see increased frustration. You might see zoomies that just seem never ending, and as as fun and as cute and as laughable as zoomies can be, there is a point where it's like, oh my god, you're just breaking my house, please stop. Or if you do an enrichment activity and they just cannot settle afterwards. If they can't come down, it might not be the right enrichment tool for your dog. Remember that enrichment is always about the mental health of your dog. It doesn't have to be fancy. DIY is 100%. I am a firm believer in that we already spend a lot of money on our dogs, because I don't know about you guys, I do the guilty, I haven't had too much time for you, so I'm gonna buy you a toy. I'm that dog mom. We spend so much money on our dogs that it's okay to just do DIY stuff. And just remember that this is less pressure and more about just listening to our dogs. I hope that you guys out there your mental health is out there thriving. And if it's not, that's okay. Just listening to me ramble on for a bit was plenty. Go have a rest, sip some tea, and give your dog a good snuggle for me. We'll see you next time.